Hey there, John Morris here, johnmorrisonline.com. So welcome back to another episode of the show. Again, I want to talk today about my daily message for the day, and today was about building an online system for getting freelance clients. So the thing for me, freelancing is more about time than it is about money. There's probably other things that I could do that I could make a lot more money, but I would have to go into an office, or I'd have to leave the house and wouldn't be able to work from home, or have to spend less time with my kids and so forth. And that's not really what I want. For me, I want to spend as much time as I possibly can with my wife and my kids. I homeschool my kids. I want to teach them everything that I know. I want to build a real relationship with them so when they're adults, we have a relationship beyond the parent-child sort of relationship, and they want to hang out and talk and all that sort of thing. That's probably my most important goal in life, is to give them a good childhood, but also build a real relationship with them that I'll have for the long term. So time is much, much more important to me than money is. And that's why I've turned down a lot of sort of regular job offers. I'm very picky about the clients that I work with. It's why I've sort of pared my business down to be able to run it in about an hour a day, all because time is what really matters to me. But when I first started freelancing, that wasn't really the case. Time was about the last thing that I was getting, because I had no control over my clients, right? They'd be like, hey, can you meet for a quick call? Which of course is never quick. It's always some long drawn out thing. And I'd have to say yes because I really needed that client. Or it might be Sunday night at 10 p.m. and they really need this thing, and I'd have to agree to do it. Or one of the many emergencies that suddenly popped up about this pixel is out of place on the website or whatever. And I would have to, again, jump and do whatever it is that they wanted me to do because I had no control. And I was just sort of getting run ragged. And if you've freelanced, you may have experienced this sort of thing. I think it's one of the bigger things that as you get into freelancing and start doing it a little bit and get some experience with it, it's one of the first big problems that you sort of look to solve. And for me, it took, I would say, a near nervous breakdown. I was very burnt out at the end of 1 year, and I finally decided to take control of my clients and set some boundaries and start doing things more my way. And doing that is not easy, because a big part of it is just sort of sometimes having the guts to tell them no. But there is something that you can do that makes it a lot easier. In fact, it changes your entire mindset when it comes to your clients. It's like, I know the word is sort of cliche at this point, but it is sort of a paradigm shift. You just sort of view things differently, and you stop putting up with their BS and their ridiculousnit also makes it easier for you to charge more. So if you want to raise your prices, you can do that, and clients generally aren't going to balk at it. And it makes it a lot easier to be picky about who you work with and what projects you work on and so forth. In my opinion, it really is sort of the key to sanity as a freelancer, where you're not just running sort of by the seat of your pants wherever your clients point you. And what that is having a backlog of potential clients. So getting to the point where you're getting so many people trying to hire you, where there's job invites on a platform or quote requests on your site or whatever. You're getting so many people trying to hire you on a monthly basis that you just simply can't work with all of them. And then you just have more coming in each month, and that backlog just continues to grow. When you reach that point, it really frees you up. It can be liberating, because if a client gets mad, well, I've got 15 others sitting here waiting to hire me. So if you want to move on, by all means, move on. Or if a client really starts being ridiculous, you can end the relationship and you're not taking some sort of big risk, because you've got, 5 or 6 quote requests or job invites waiting there that you can just say, hey, I'll do this one and start up a new one. So it gives you a lot more control. You're no longer beholden to them. And it's the best way, really, I think, to get control of your situation as a freelancer. Now, of course, the big thing for a lot of freelancers is building up that backlog. How do I do that? And that was sort of why I was such a yes man when I first started freelancing, because I was desperate for any client I could get, and I hung on to every client as tight as I could, and I was scared to death that I was going to lose a client because I didn't have that backlog. I didn't have new clients sort of knocking down my door. And so I was very nervous about losing every single client. But when I decided to make a change, I sort of knew that was the thing I had to change. And after working at it for a while, I got to a point where between my own website and the freelancing platforms that I was on, I was getting several dozen major project invites per month. And the kind of projects I was doing, I could only do 1 or 2 probably per month. So this backlog started to build up, and I had all these invites or quote requests coming in that I just couldn't fulfill. So I had this backlog. If someone got ridiculous or wanted to fire me, I had more clients that I could just go right away and start working for. So it really did sort of free me up to kind of start doing things my own way. But the key to getting that backlog is to do the traditional business building thing. It's to build out a system and do the marketing, the online marketing, and all the things that virtually every other online business does. In a lot of ways, it's about just getting serious about your freelance business. So going from doing it as maybe a side thing or just kind of testing the waters to actually committing to it and going all in. And if freelancing is really what you want to do, then that is your next step. That is your way forward out of sort of desperation mode with clients into taking control. So that's what I want to encourage you to do, is think about how you can build a system for getting clients and build up that backlog and build something out that just sort of works for you day after day after day. Now, I, of course, teach a course, The Beginner's Guide to Freelance. And in that, what I do is I just show you the exact method, like what I did. So if you just want to copy and paste kind of what I did in order to build out my system and get to the point that I got to, then I'll show you what to do in that course. And you can get access to it for nothing over on Skillshare. So just go to johnmorrisonline.com/freelance if you want to learn more about that and how to get the no-cost access to it. And again, start building out your system, whatever you do. Start thinking about it and start doing that, because that is the way out of sort of maybe freelancer hell of being completely beholden to your clients and not having any control. It's building a system. All right, that'll do it. Thanks for watching. We'll talk to you next time.